What's going on, guys? This is Joe, and I am back once again for some more Guilds of Ravnica pre-release pack openings. Even though we are into the swing of Ravnica Allegiance, I had some Guilds of Ravnica pre-release kits left over, so in this one we are going to do Dimir, since this is the second of 5. Last time we did Boros, kind of an interesting one, so if you didn't get to catch that one, I suggest you go check it out. I enjoyed it. And like I said, we're going in alphabetical order, so we are into Dimir. I did not open this one beforehand, so let's see how quickly I can do it in the video proper. Not super quickly. Haha, there we go. Now you see why I do it beforehand. But anyway, so here is our Dimir kit. Let's see what we get. I enjoy Dimir. I think it's my favorite of the guilds from this set. Yeah, maybe overall. I'm not exactly sure. So we have the Dimir D20. It does have some white flecks in there, which I'm not super happy with, but I guess it gives it a little bit of variance in the blue. But otherwise, it is the blue and black colors of Dimir. Let's zoom in a bit so everybody can see what we have going on here. We're going to open the kit. We have the little rules insert, and we have the divider. We have the soldier token that will have our code on it. And God, I cannot tell you how many of these cards I have opened. Good Lord. But I have a Thief of Sanity as my promo foil rare. I have another promo foil rare of these and a pack foil. I've just opened so many of this card. It's fine, right? It's a great card. I would definitely put it in my deck if I do get lucky enough to make a Dimir deck. And this seeded pack of Dimir cards will hopefully help us get there. Obviously, if you have not seen these videos before, I am going to be making a deck out of this and showing it to all of you afterwards. So yeah, we're definitely going to be looking at playability of our Dimir colored cards, otherwise seeing if anything else in the packs themselves jumps out at us. So after this Thief of Sanity, we have a Dimir Locket, a Price of Fame, which lets us destroy a creature, which is great. I mean, removal is extremely important. Black definitely tends to have that kind of just destroy a creature removal. Blue has more bounce and things like that. We have a Dimir Spybug. What a fantastic card. Holy crap. If I could get a ton of these, I would be super happy. This card is great. Disinformation Campaign, also a very good card. I have gone off with this card in draft, and it feels really good. Unexplained Disappearance, so there's that bounce I was talking about, plus it lets you surveil, which is what the Dimir deck wants to do. A Mephitic Vapors. This card's fine. It lets you surveil and it shrinks your opponent's team. It is a sorcery, so you can't use it to mess up combat math that much, although you can, you know, if your opponent was counting on it before your attack, but they do kind of see it coming so that they just know not to block with something that would die otherwise. We have a Watcher in the Mist. I like this card quite a bit as well. It's got flying, which is important. Speaking of flying, we have a Muse Drake. Lets us draw a card. Not bad at all. We have a Veiled Shade. So it's got the Shade ability of, you know, tapping mana and giving it +1/+1 until end of turn as many times as you have the mana to do it. Not terrible. A Barrier of Bones. So if we want to be a little bit more defensive, plus it has Surveil on it, so why not? And it's a 1-drop with 3 toughness, which is going to be good against the aggressive Boros starts. We have a Darkblade Agent, so getting to use both colors and getting benefits for surveilling is really, really nice. Devious Cover-Up. It's a counterspell. I'm not a huge counterspell guy, but if we end up putting it in our deck, we end up putting it in our deck. It works with our strategy. Capture Sphere, very, very good piece of removal. I like that. And a Dimir Guildgate, which in the Boros box, which we opened last time, Guildgates were not the best for Boros. They will work for Dimir if we end up needing them. Plus the fact that the nice thing with Dimir is it pairs very well with Golgari, so we might be looking to see if we can splash green, depending on, or if we need to splash green, depending on what we open. So into our first pack, speaking of what we open, we have Aurelia in the first, on the first pack. I would say hopefully we have Aurelia in it, but at the same time, I'm trying to make a deck here, so maybe not. But we have a 10th District Guard, a Disdainful Stroke, once again in blue. It's another counterspell, but it's something that we will keep in mind. A Wild Ceratok, definitely not the thing that pulls us into green, but we are, like I said, going to keep our eye on green cards. Child of Night, fantastic. Early drop, lifelink, very, very good. Mephitic Vapors again, notably. More Surveil, more -1/-1. This is a fine card. A Blade Instructor, good for Boros, not quite for us. Command the Storm, good for Izzet, not quite for us. It's a little expensive as well. Another capture sphere is fantastic. That is really, really nice to see. A Golgari Locket. So once again, if we are splashing, not a bad card to do it with. Plus, in the late game, if we have more ways to get the green, this can allow us to draw cards. A Maniacal Rage, not really for us. A Lava Coil, not bad. So again, like I said, we'll keep our options open. I'm not just like, well, no red cards ever. Like, Lava Coil is a nice card, and we'll keep our eye open for if we open a bunch of red rares, we know that we have this as a red uncommon as well to try to make a deck with. So, but here's our first uncommon in this pack with Lava Coil. We have a Wand of Vertebra, not really for, like, this is sideboard at best, and I don't think it was going to make the cut. City Watch Sphinx, on the other hand, ooh boy, this is a great card. So yes, this would definitely get in if we do get to do Dimir. And our rare or mythic is a split card in Expansion Explosion. So notably, Expansion can be cast with 2 blue, but it is going to make us copy an instant or a sorcery, so probably not, but it is something to be aware of if we have enough good targets for it. I just don't think we're going to. Let's wait for the camera to refocus here, and we'll get past it. Like I said, I'll keep my options open. A Boros Guildgate behind that, and a Bird Illusion token. So again, with the Boros Guildgate, neither of the colors that we're looking to be in. If it was one or the other, we could consider splashing with it. This one, not so helpful. But we're looking for Dimir, and we have a Dimir Agent on the next pack that we are trying to open. Let's see what this pack has for us. I'm not in love with this card, but I think it's just fine, and it's blue, and if we need a creature, it's not terrible. It is the Vidalcan Mesmerist. Ordinary Goblin. Spinal Centipede. This is a good one for us. We have a Crushing Canopy. A Prey Upon. If we go green, very nice include, and it will almost certainly get in. Gravitic Punch. Fine card. Dimir Locket. Another one. Good thing to be aware of if we're looking to draw cards. Centaur Peacemaker. Darkblade Agent again, very nice. Devious Cover-Up again. Again, if we're going counters, this is not a terrible one to use. A House Guildmage, very nice open for the Dimir box. It's our first uncommon in this pack, and it is the Guildmage for Dimir. If you look at the abilities on this card, this is what Dimir wants to be doing. I like it quite a bit. We have an Okran Assassin. So again, if we go into Golgari, this is an almost definite include. Very, very nice. And you can, with all creatures able to block it, doing so. If you do have like a green pump spell, you can make it kill more than one thing. But if you're trying to get one thing off the board and they are leaving it back to block, you can just choose to deal your 1 death touch damage to that guy. And sure, this one dies too, but it's probably worth it. And our third is a Sinister Sabotage. All our uncommons possible for us if we splash green, but otherwise, 2 of them. Very, very nice, and lots of counter spells. So, and our rare or mythic in this pack is... Wow, what? Another Expansion Explosion. I'm not going to put it that close to the camera because you've already seen it. So there you go, 2 packs, both with the same rare. That feels kind of bad because I also don't know that we've been getting, I mean, I guess we're part blue, but I haven't seen a ton of like amazing red. We had that one uncommon earlier that I was talking about, but anyway, behind it, and is it Guildgate? Wow, you think they're trying to pull us in a certain direction here? And a Soldier token. Interesting. All right, let's see if Vraska can pull us out of this is it hole that we found ourselves in. That is weird. 2 of the same rare and in a row in the packs. Also, this Wishcoin Crab not doing a lot to pull us out of is it, but it is also blue, which is notable. And it's a 2/5 for 4. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. It's not going to be, you know, this will be like our 23rd, maybe. Here's a Sure Strike, speaking of is it colors. A Wary Okapi. A Veiled Shade again. A Rhizome Lurcher. So again, if we're splashing green, this would be a nice include. Sky Knight Legionnaire. This is a great card for Boros, not for us. Darkblade Agent, though, a very good card for us. And our third of this, I think. A Centaur Peacemaker, again, not quite what we're looking for. Whisper Agent, though, very, very nice. And if you're kind of behind on one color, it's nice that these are hybrids, so you're not... if it was double blue and you're down on blue, you can't play it. This way, you can mix and match as needed. And another Capture Sphere. Yeah, we're probably doing all right for Dimir. Very, very nice. A Golgari Raiders. This one is our first uncommon. Again, notable if we're trying to splash green, but it looks like we might not have to. We've been getting some pretty sweet Dimir stuff. A lot of duplicates, but they're all good things that we're getting duplicates of, unless you count our rares. We have a Goblin Banneret, which is notably a great card, not for what we're trying to do in the slightest. And a Thought Erasure, very, very nice. And our rare or mythic is, well, it is not an expansion explosion, so I guess I can't complain that much. This is probably not, I mean, maybe it does. I'd have to check our multicolored creature count, but yeah, this card's probably not good enough to get us there. This is probably more for the Gates deck. But we have behind it a Dimir Guildgate, notably a fine card for us, and a Goblin Token that you would get from Legion Warboss. We have an Amara pack next. We have here, we start with, a little unhelpful, but a Ledev Guardian. Unexplained Disappearance, though, a very nice card. Wild Ceratok again. Oop, I saw it back there, but anyway, a Child of Night, very, very nice. I saw a very good card for us, but we have to get through some other good cards for us in Whisper Agent and a Capture Sphere. Very, very cool. I like it. More of those, please. Erstwhile Trooper, again, it doesn't look like we have to splash green. Maniacal Rage. Hired Poisoner, very fine card for any part black deck, but this one's great in Dimir. Blade Instructor. Conclave Cavalier is a fine uncommon, not for us. An Electrostatic Field, again, good Is-It cards we're getting. And a Grappling Sundew. It's a fine card. I don't think that this means, oh my god, we have to splash green. And our rare or mythic, ooh, it's a mythic. Not for us, but a fine card, and I'm happy to have it, in Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice. In our Dimir kit, we would have loved to have had this. Can we go back to that? That would have been really, really nice to include. Anyway, here is Aurelia. Yeah, a very, very fine card. Behind Aurelia, a Selesnya Guildgate and an Elf Knight token. We have one more pack left. The colors that have kind of been taunting us throughout this video. The commons and uncommons have been really good to us in terms of Dimir. The rares, almost exclusively not good to us. So let's see if this last pack can help pull us out. Not a good start in the Intrusive Pack Beast, but a fine card. A Maximize Altitude, not a bad include, not exactly what we want to be doing in Dimir. It does have that Is-It symbol, but we can use it in this deck. A Barging Sergeant, a Vigor Spore Worm, a Severed Strands, great removal. We haven't seen this or the other 5-drop Destroy Target Creature yet, so this is nice. Sacking creatures is not a huge deal, so this is a very nice removal spell. We have a Siege Worm, double green, so harder if we're splashing, although it is expensive, so it would be later in the game. A Boros Locket, not going to help us splash much. A Pause for Reflection. Notion Rain, very nice. Very nice get in the last pack in a Notion Rain. Join Shields, again, not for us, but a fine card, uncommon. Conclave Tribunal, and a Plague Crafter. Once again, very nice uncommon for us. And our last rare or mythic is a Temple Garden. It's a Shockland. I'm not upset that it's not for our kit because it's for my wallet, which I appreciate. It looks like we have a foil back here as well. It is a foil Crushing Canopy. Definitely not high in value and not something that our deck wants, but a very pretty foiling pattern with appropriate shoutouts to our new lighting setup. So there you go. Behind Crushing Canopy, a Boros Guildgate, and a Soldier token. So, I mean, I'm going to show you this Temple Garden. We're clearly not making a Selesnya deck, but I will be back with that deck in just a second. So, here it is. This is the deck that I came up with. To be completely honest, I know I mentioned splashing green a lot. Good God. It was hard enough to make a deck out of just black and blue because we opened such good Dimir stuff. A lot of duplicates in this deck. We have triple Darkblade Agent, double Whisper Agent, double Child of Night, double Unexplained Disappearance, a playset of Capture Sphere. Now, obviously, in Limited, that is irrelevant, because if I had opened 5, I would have played 5. But yeah, I have 4 Capture Spheres, which is a lot. I don't know that it's too many, in my personal opinion. So you guys let me know. And I did end up not using any of the Mephitic Vapors, the -1/-1 to all of your opponent's creatures, nor did I use any of the counter spells, the Disdainful Strokes or the Disdainful Stroke or the Sinister Sabotage or the Devious Cover-Ups. I could have. Let me know if you think that I should have, and maybe I should have. Maybe you could argue that I should have taken out like 2 of the Capture Spheres and put in 2 of the counters or something. But I focused on a lot more removal-based type things. And just so you know what you're looking at, these 3 are creatures that I cut. Cuts in this deck were kind of difficult. And over here, I have 2 Dimir Guildgates and 2 Dimir Lockets that are not counted in, I mean, obviously the Guildgates wouldn't be counted in the regular 23, but I didn't put the Lockets in either. So let me know if I should have put the Lockets in, because it maybe, but then I'd have to cut probably some gas to be able to do that. I do have a lot of creatures, so maybe I cut one of the 3 Darkblade agents, but to be fair, like, so many of these cards are allowing me to surveil, and that's what I want to do. I want to be surveilling so that I can get the benefits on the Darkblade agents and the Dimir Spybugs and things like that, and obviously the disinformation campaign to be able to do just broken things, hopefully. So I like this deck a lot, but like I said, and I feel like it could go far, but there were a lot of difficult decisions that I had to make in terms of cuts, and I'm not certain that they're all correct. So if you have some opinions on that, please feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Should I try to put in these Dimir Lockets? What should come out instead? Should I have not cut these creatures? Barrier of Bones, notably a 1-drop, and we do have this Hired Poisoner as our only 1-drop, and the Barrier of Bones would let us surveil. So if we played it early, it would give us card advantage. If we played it late, it would probably buff up one of our creatures or the disinformation campaign or something, so it doesn't feel too bad drawing it later in the game. You know, how many Capture Spheres are too many Capture Spheres? You tell me. So, like I said, please give me your opinions in the comments down below. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I was glad to open a Temple Garden as well. Always nice to see a Shockland get opened. So yeah, from the Geek for All YouTube channel, I have been Joe, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.